so nice.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good
Hello.
morning.
Hello, lovely people.
Hello.
We're here again in the sunshine. Blessed be. We're going to be squinting at you live from the couch in Valley.
Squinting at you.
You know,
Squinty one and squinty two.
Yeah,
over
that's
here.
right.
Aw.
and you know, we're celebrating the squint because it's so spring-like beautiful here, right?
So beautiful. And the birds are singing. Hopefully
Yeah, they're in
you
overdrive.
can hear them, hear us, hear them. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Crystal.
Hi, Crystal.
Good to see our beautiful friends today. Oh, I see Talia joining us from Peru.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, I love you.
Ah. Yeah,
It's so good to be in the sunshine.
we can't believe that it's Friday already, so I don't know if it's speeding up time out there for you all, but happy to be back here, and we're just in our like casual selves landing in for
Yeah.
Friday morning at 11.
Yeah.
Mm.
Casual love bubbles.
Yes.
Because, I mean, who needs a formal love bubble when you can do it casually?
Thankfully, it's so natural.
So
yeah,
nice
we'll
to be
be-
with friends. Kim, Talia, Agnieszka. Oh, hello.
Good morning,
dear
beautiful.
friends. Hi. Oh.
Thanks for tuning
Oh,
in.
what a council of women this morning. Holy moly. Beautiful. I'm just so happy to be here
Me too.
with Jennifer and with all of you, and feeling so alive. I was just saying to Jen that I had this amazing numerology Akashic reading session with Agnieszka this morning, and I'm just like, wow, I'm feeling
Yes.
so open and connected and alive right now. And Jennifer was saying, yeah, there's a vital life tool right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Connecting with friends and people who can connect to those outer realms and bring information through can be helpful, can be so vital. You definitely
Yeah.
are exuding vitality. So
You can feel it because you're
Yeah.
right next to me. I'm all just like, I was just like, I'm just gonna sit here and go, you can talk, and just it was pretty funny saying like a vital past life tool,
oh my God, that's so funny. Vital
Wow.
past life tool.
right?
Agnieszka, I'm gonna be DMing you.
There she is.
Yeah.
Oh, and Scott's here representing the divine masculine, and Jewel, nice to see you, sister. All right, this is awesome.
I know. Well, we're having lots of interaction, and so
Yeah, the Council of the Wise Ones are here today.
that seems perfect, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Seems perfect. I saw eagles this morning
Okay.
already, so
Mm.
anyway, we're grateful to just have this opportunity to share together. And
Yeah.
so we were gonna do a little follow-up with heart math exercise, because this week again I've really been seeing, oh, you're such a lovely soul, Agnieszka said. I'll kiss her. I'll kiss her for you.
Oh, you too.
She
Okay,
is-
I'm gonna kiss her for you.
Oh my gosh, it's so good to just feel this lightness when there's so much hectic energy in the world. And so again, just really this week realizing how self-awareness is our key, is our key to unlock healing and evolution and growth, right? Our self-awareness is really such a potent part of our ability to heal ourselves. And you know, one thing that I was thinking about this week is just really reminding myself, and then bringing it to you all this morning, about, you know, depleting emotions versus rejuvenating feelings, you know, and if when we become aware of slipping into draining energies, that's where we can build self-awareness and take pause and then choose how we want to feel, right? So being aware of when we're starting to feel drained, whether it's because we're too busy caring for other people, or we're locked into our beliefs or coping mechanisms or defense mechanisms, our personality, that, that side of us. So really just becoming aware of saying, okay, yeah, I am feeling drained, and I am realizing that I can change, take a pause and make a change. Because when you do that, you're not just changing your mood, but you're changing your physiology, right? Because stress hormones have the ability, or once they're spiked in the bloodstream, it takes quite a while for everything to re-regulate. Even if you might be feeling calmer, your physiology is still processing that stress, cortisol, all of that.
Yeah.
And so it really is important to take a bit of time even to write down what, like in this moment, if you had a pen, we don't, but we can imagine.
Here's my pen.
Here's our pen. Just sitting with yourself and writing down, okay, well, what are the draining emotions? What do I know already, right? What am I aware of already that can be debilitating and draining for me? Write those down, and then on the other side of the page, write down what is rejuvenating for you, right? Like, even us just sitting here in the sun and giggling, that's a rejuvenating emotion that I can feel in my body. And that's really what we're looking for, is the feelings in the body, right? Because I think we can get lost when we try to meditate on, creating these visuals and following these visuals that may be coming from a facilitator. We can get lost in that, but when it's a feeling first, then the imagination can come after, and that's really promotes more rejuvenating feelings. Because if we can tap into this giggliness and this lightness when we're feeling drained or stressed, we feel that feeling. And then the visual will come, maybe of you and I sitting here, or maybe it's actually when we were by the river last week, giggling then too, in the water. Or maybe it's going to be a feeling that, leads me to gratitude for being, feeling aligned with providence and synchronicity, or something that happened. So it's really the feeling first is my point. So if you can list out, even...
Can we do this exercise together?
Yeah.
So I'm going to use my imaginary pen here. So let's talk about some of the... I want to sort of break it down a little bit, and
Great.
You guys can jump in as well. Hi, Cha-Cha. You guys can jump in if there's things that you want to, write in the comments. So I want to talk about some of the draining emotions, and then I want to talk a little bit about noticing, because sometimes it's the noticing. For me, that's the challenge. Like, I don't even notice until I'm already depleted that I have been in this state of depletion.
Yes.
So part of the medicine here is learning how to notice when it's happening. So
that's the awareness.
And I love how you're bringing in that self-awareness is a vital life tool.
It really is.
Because that's it. If we don't know what's going on within ourselves, then it's outside of our control. It's outside of our sphere of influence.
Yes.
So this is bringing it home to noticing our bodies and the signs that are showing us that we might be in a state of depletion. So let's just popcorn back and forth a little bit what depleting states of being might be. So I'll start with anger.
For me, overcare. And overcare means when you're so busy caring for everyone else's needs, it's almost even not necessary, but you feel compelled and you're in this overcare state. I feel like it's kind of rampant for us as women in our Western culture. So
definitely paying too much attention to the world of politics and information. That definitely, I can see that siphoning my energy away.
So
feeling at the effect of the world instead of impacting the world.
Right. So can you, what is that emotion? Is that
that emotion is frustration. Frustration of feeling like I can't do anything about it.
Powerlessness.
Also sometimes if we're empathic, being in other people's fields where they're in states of depression or anxiety, like living in the past or the future instead of being in the present, that can definitely
drain you,
take my energy away.
Yeah. When my kids are sick, I guess the need to fix. So I have this, feeling that of responsibility to fix it, which I guess could be similar to overcare, but it's specific because my son was sick this week and had this cough virus that's going around, and it was hard on him, so it drained me to feel like this urgency. I guess urgency can be a draining feeling, right?
Yeah.
Got you.
Like everything has to happen right now.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good, narrowing it down. And you can see how Sarah and I are like narrowing it down, because the closer you can get to the real emotion behind the behavior, that again is creating more and more self-awareness, right? So we try to teach kids, okay, yes, your behavior is this, but what is the emotion behind the behavior? Because we don't want to punish the behavior, we want to understand the emotion. So
confusion can be draining too. There's birds just sort of flapping around above us. I'm paying attention.
Eating worms.
Yeah. Those are some really clear ones. Yeah. And feeling definitely just the state of the world and the feeling of powerlessness sometimes. And especially if you feel like you're not in control of your own life, like if there are things at play in your life that are beyond what like financial stresses, political things going on that are impacting you, things like that. So that feeling of like not being an influence in your own life, like having it kind of overridden by other forces, greater forces is that's what it's called. No, I'm relating to that as you're speaking to it. Okay, so that's a good list. Preliminary list.
That's right.
So
maybe again,
help us figure out how to notice, but go ahead with what you're
you're right.
Jewel. I've been noticing both the energy and its contrasting frequency. Stagnation to flow, tension to relaxation.
Great.
Excellent.
Yeah, and that's
very
accurate.
Precise. Accurate.
And that's what we're talking about exactly, right? Recognizing depleting emotions, recognizing rejuvenating emotions. And so this is great. The noticing is the self-awareness. So so in this moment, if you've written down a few things for yourself, just really look at your list and just really look at your list with a lot of acceptance right now and a lot of grace for yourself and a lot of honor that you're willing to look at these things that can certainly be draining and uncomfortable, or as Jewel said, stagnating or creating tension. And now let's again just kind of popcorn around the rejuvenating emotions, because doing it in this moment where there's this connection is great, because then when you're out in the world, and like Sarah was saying, sometimes you don't even notice because the interactions are moving so quickly, or emotions are coming on. This is just sort of giving you
we're like in a little practice crucible here, right? Just practicing. Okay, so we get to talk about rejuvenating emotions now. Okay, this is gonna be fun. Laughter, joy, simplicity. It's a good one. And right now, feeling the sun on my skin is really why I was like, I'm going outside in my pajamas, because right. So this sense of being alive, like I'm a part of nature right now. I feel the sun, I hear the birds, I can feel the cool breeze. We're sitting on the ground. Feels so good. Joy. Co-creation. And you know what? I just want to presence like caring for others in a way that does fill us up.
That's the difference. Yeah.
Because there is that.
There is
like
that.
when I care for others, and it's not always taking my energy away, sometimes it's filling me up with a sense of purpose and being able to be a contribution.
Well, and
as
that's
well.
the subtle difference in your awareness, right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
so when we go through this week, and we'll check in next week, see if when you're caring for others, have you been checking in with yourself, pausing, is this rejuvenating or depleting?
Right.
Because we can override depleting really easy by saying, oh no, this is filling me up.
Right?
Yeah. So
No, that makes a lot of sense.
just those subtle awarenesses, right? So you were saying
Other
caring for people.
Caring, yeah. Love feels good. Love fills me up. I get really filled up by beauty, by appreciation of beauty. Like right now I'm looking at this gorgeous color of green in front of me, and I can just feel it just pouring into my heart. And you know, we're surrounded by little flowers and buds, and even the lime green color as well as the deep green color is just, it's so uplifting for me. So when I'm in a state of appreciating beauty, I get absolutely filled up. It fills my cup.
Yeah. And gratitude can be in there.
Gratitude.
Yeah, and
that's it.
Gratitude is really cool, you know. Has many sides to it, but yeah, like the key of feeling like what is that phrase? Of wanting it all is knowing you already have it. Like that gratitude of like everything that I need right now is here.
Yeah.
And so that's a big one for me.
Fulfillment. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Fulfillment and
you know, it's another one for me is like is being in reflecting on the past and being in happy memories, because you know, depression can come from the past when we're ruminating on things we can't change that have already happened, but I can definitely get filled up with gratitude for those who have gone before, you know, thinking about my ancestors, my loved ones on the other side.
Beautiful.
Oh, Agnieszka wrote something.
Oh.
I can definitely use release of emotions to improve health during sessions, but also loading good emotions are so essential during healing, not to forget about grounding. Beautiful.
Yeah, so
grounding feels good. Grounding fills me up too.
So loading good emotions, I like that phrase, and I'm feeling into it, so feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but that is resilience, right? And that's why we do this, or I do this heart math practice, is because the idea is resilience. So the more you fill your cup, the more then you can go out into the day-to-day interactions with resilience, with a solid ground, like you said, Agnieszka, and that's so important. And if you're feeling like, you know, that if you're feeling drained or depleted, you can't be resilient as easily, right?
And we have to get back to sort of a neutral ground before we can start to build back up. It's almost like if the cup is empty, if the well is really low, we got to bring it back up to a certain level, and then we bring it up to an abundant state.
And I think the exciting part about heart math is, and it reflects in many different schools of thought. Most recently, internal family systems is something that I've been reading a lot about. And so what that is all these different parts of us. Like, you know, you say, part of me wants to go, part of me wants to stay. So we all have these parts. And unfortunately, we've been conditioned to think that, you know, we're just this one aspect of ourselves, but we are clearly multifaceted as human organisms, and physically, emotionally, energetic, intellectually. So we have all these parts to us, and the internal family system is about coming into harmony with all of these parts within ourselves. That's our own individual family. And so with heart math, we can find this neutral place, this in the middle place where we can start to become aware and identify these different aspects of ourselves. And the more we come into this neutral, coherent place, the more we can build resilience as we, go forward in understanding ourselves and each other. So it's quite profound, but it's very, scientific. If we need to lean on science, it's definitely there.
When you say resilience, I always see a trampoline.
Oh.
As in, something that's resilient is something that bounces back.
Right.
Right? It's like making ourselves more bouncy.
That's a good image. And also the trees around us, right? Because they definitely can blow around without breaking.
Oh, our dear friend Anya is joining us. Hi, Anya.
Anya from Germany.
From 0 Point Neutral. Yes.
Oh, hi, friend.
And I can just mention that one other thing that lifts me up. I was listening to Anya's music on the way here. She mixes the most beautiful music. So your music lifted me up today.
I want to turn with that.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
So here's the thing, right? So now we've made our lists of rejuvenating, depleting feelings. We're sending love to and acceptance to our depleting emotions, and we're sending a lot of gratitude to our rejuvenating feelings just by looking at our list. And now if there's one specific emotion on your list on the depleting side, we could work with that right now if we chose. Yeah,
let's do it.
So I'm gonna.
Do you want to pick one?
Yeah, I'm going to. Is there movement between overcare and what you said around caring for people from a resilient place?
Yeah, let's talk about that one.
Right?
That makes a lot of sense because all of us, I think, are caring for others in one way or another. Yeah.
And our masculine brothers, obviously, too.
Yes.
But the female energy is so conditioned to care for other people first. It's very deep, and so then our empathy can get really close to martyrdom.
Oh, yeah.
So we want to be careful with that. I know, right?
Right?
So
okay. Martyrdom, that's an interesting one.
That's
when
definitely
when we overcare, that
Yeah.
becomes martyrdom, where it's like caring for others to our own expense.
Yeah.
Versus caring for others from a place of our cup is already filled and we're giving what we have extra.
Right.
Okay, so let's focus on that one.
All right, so let's see how this goes.
Okay.
So you can just find a comfortable spot, and again, as we go through this practice, you can learn to do it on the go with your eyes open and you're in an exchange with someone. But I'm just going to close my eyes because it's so sunny. It's
so
windy.
Sunny.
So let's close our eyes and just start to slow the breath down. And if it's helpful, you can place your hand on your heart. Because through changing the rate of our heartbeat, we're changing the signaling to our brain and inviting the brain to drop out of fight or flight. We're inviting the brain to drop out of stress into theta, more of an open wave, more of a neutral wave. And that's why we focus on the area of the heart. We bring our breath into rhythm. Whatever that means for you. Three, 4, 5 counts on the inhale. 3, 4, 5 counts on the exhale. Just create a rhythm. So let's pretend we see ourselves on a screen and we're in overcare and we're seeing it like a movie on a screen in front of us. And wait for the feeling to come into your body about overcare, because the feeling is what we're looking for to identify. Interesting. I'm feeling it with new awareness in my body right now. I'm just going to put my hand on that space. It's over the liver area. Keep breathing and focusing in the area of the heart. And we're watching this screen. We're allowing the feeling to come from what we see. And if you start to feel really uncomfortable, or like this is too much, let's just take a few steps back from the screen now. And a few more steps back from the screen. And we're going to thank our mind, we're going to thank the screen for showing us. But we're just going to turn away from it, let it continue running, but we're just going to turn our awareness away from it, back to the area of the heart. Paying attention to the feelings in your body. Now we're going to access our rejuvenating feeling. Rejuvenating feeling that creates resilience, that allows us to care from an authentic place. So I'm just going to tap into the sun on my skin because it's so available to me right now. And the aliveness that helps me feel. I'm going to bring that feeling. So whatever is the rejuvenating feeling for you,
Can I jump in for a sec? Can I just jump in for a sec? For me, the rejuvenating feeling is when I'm doing Reiki and I'm giving from source. I'm allowing myself to be plugged into infinite energy, and I'm giving from that place where it's just flowing through me, but it's not draining my own vital life force, it's actually amplifying my own vital life force. Because as it passes through me to give to others, I'm getting filled up.
That's right, you can tap into the greater field and receive rejuvenation. It's a feeling we're looking for in the body, an ease. And I think once you've depending on the level of depletion or tension or stagnation that you're dealing with, it could take a little bit of time to really sit with the rejuvenating feeling. But what I'm observing is once that rejuvenation is moved through my body, I do feel very neutral. I feel like I'm in my true self, not all the parts, but myself.
The coherence. Feels so good.
Smiling helps if you're because some of us can really feel the battle inside of the mind and the parts versus being in this clearing place. So just be patient with yourself. If you need to go back to the screen and see your mind and then practice stepping away, just do that as much as it's needing. I promise you it's worth it.
And I would like to just throw out there that we are just the same way as Jennifer and I are co-regulating, because we're side by side. Everyone in this circle, you can actually feel your connection. Even if you're by yourself, you're not alone. And you can allow yourself to be lifted up by others.
And in this stage of the exercise, I always like to invite people to ask for guidance, ask a question, ask for clarity, because this is truly where we can hear our heart intelligence the loudest. We can hear our instinct. We can hear from our authentic self what we need to do next, or feel next, or and if and when you're ready, you're welcome to join us or end it or continue it. Frequencies are really what we're working with here. We felt that for you.
Whew. Feels so good.
So I really felt that overcare feeling in my liver area, like over the right side. And then as I was bringing in the sun and the aliveness, that sensation went away, right? So again, you can really become aware of your body feedback through this exercise. Like there's been multiple times where I've been on my own and I've been depleted and I'm like, okay, I'm going to practice, and I'm just like looking for that coherence to kick in, and it's just not happening, and I'm like feeling aches in my body. I'm back to the screen. I take 2 steps back. I'm in touch with the self. I can ease the it can really feel like this internal acrobatics. So I really want to share the reality of that, so that you don't feel like, oh, I'm just not doing it right, or I'm not like them, or whatever. But with practice, it does become more and more available, and it's like almost this instant drop-in where I can feel, it's almost like my body just like goes back somehow. Like I feel this relaxation, kind of like a dowsing rod, right? And I just like, I'm back, and then I just feel this fluid.
How quiet it just got.
Yeah. We can impact the field.
Yes, it just got very quiet. For myself, what I noticed is that feeling of overgiving had me, I had a visual of myself of like face down on the bed, feeling exhausted, and I noticed my spine just getting curled, like feeling like under the weight of it all. And when we came into the coherence and the resilience, my spine just kept nice and straight. So in this practice of doing this with you and discovering my body reaction to the depleting emotion, if I start to notice myself start to curl, if I start to get the body cues that that's what's happening, then that might be a time to do the coherence exercise instead of waiting until I'm face down on the bed. because that's when it takes so much to come back to coherence, is when we allow ourselves to totally slide right off the chart, right? So the reason, from what I'm getting, the purpose of cultivating this self-awareness is so that we can catch ourselves sooner, come into self-awareness in the moment, do the coherence exercise in the moment, so that we're actually able to come back to neutral ground much more easily,
yes,
and quickly, and raise ourselves back up again. Did I get it?
Boom, mic drop. Sister Fresh, she's all over it.
What?
Body feedback.
Oh.
Thank you. Exactly what I needed. Brilliant.
Yes. Anya says no self-sacrifice anymore. Feeling the connection with the sun and feels so good. Yes. Body feedback. Oh yeah, you got that.
Brilliant.
And Cha-Cha, I needed it as well. Super thank you. Yes. Oh, and Crow has come to visit and say, I needed it too.
Crows apparently are a reflection of the collective consciousness.
Oh, well, that's
So,
appropriate.
This is, again, another level to this practice, is once we practice resilience and coherence, we can broadcast it into the field.
Yes.
And we become very aware of what we're projecting into the field, because when we're depleted, we might feel angry, right? And then we're projecting that into the field, and then the next thing you know, your kid walks into the room and bam, you're in an argument,
Right.
Like, we need to, another step of this is becoming aware of what we're putting into the field.
Yeah, and being self-responsible. Yeah, because together we are generating it.
That's
So
right.
this is something that we can do for the world, for ourselves first, and therefore the world.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
each other. Okay. Was there homework?
So this week, I invite you to continue looking over your lists and, adding to them, changing them, really getting down to the defined emotion, right? And then go into your week with this awareness. And when you, like Sarah said, start to feel the depleting energy, whether you feel the onset of it in your body, like Sarah described with the crouching, or emotionally or intellectually, wherever the sensation is, once you pick up on the sensation, just practice dropping into the heart, slowing your breath down, coming into stepping back from the screen and finding that neutral, coherent place. And as I said, you can do it with your eyes open and, as you're going along, because this really is when we need it the most. So, and I would love to hear if there was any feedback next week, either challenges or achievements, so that we can hold them together and celebrate both together and work that out.
You can
together.
write them in the comment thread too.
Yeah. Yeah.
How fun.
Really fun.
Wow.
And like this
I
is
love homework.
the second week where we've been blessed with this weather.
Yeah, we'll probably be staying outside if it doesn't start raining on us. So, yeah. Okay. I'm very grateful for this time with you today. Thank you for sharing your deep wisdom.
Oh, and yours. Really, I mean, I'm so smart when I hang out with you.
Oh, yes. 2 heads are better than 1. Heart smart.
Oh, I love that. Weaving the collective consciousness,
We love you all so much.
Yes.
So grateful for you joining us today, and we are weaving this together. Yeah.
I love that word.
Yeah.
Because if you think of weaving, it's like, our capillary system in our body is all woven. The roots of a tree are all woven. Like, we are a network. We are the field. Even in my ring, we have this, what's that image of the field around the human?
The aura? Oh, the toroidal
Yes,
field?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See, we do have this networking, this weaving around us all the time. So tap in, post, reach out during the week, the grid, yes, or check in next Friday. I really look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah.
Lots of love, everyone.
You.
Bye.
Oh, you're all so awesome.
Oh, I'm so hot now.
It's so
the
good.
sun is amazing.
Okay, bye for now.
Bye.
Love you.